All right, how about USP? Are you familiar with this? Hey there, Enterprisers, what's good? It's Jason Lego here again, and in this video, I want to talk to you about how to create your USP. That's right, how to create your USP. Now, perhaps you've heard the term USP before, or maybe you haven't, although it's hard for me to believe that you haven't because it's kind of been around for a long time, and you see it in a lot of different industries. But when it comes to sales and marketing in particular, USP is one of those things that it really helps for you to dial in on. And so what it stands for is unique selling proposition, okay? Unique selling proposition, or in other words, what is your unique creative thing, right? What is your unique offer? What is it that is unique to you? And why is this important? Well, there's a couple reasons, but the main one is, listen, you're not the only one selling what you're selling, right? You're likely in an industry that is either overcrowded or at the very least, it's not something that is solitary, right? There's competition that exists. And that's a good thing because you don't want to be in a space or an industry where you're the only one who's doing one thing, right? That's an easy way to not get paid. One of the best things you can do is to be in a space where you know that there is proven market share, right? There's proven ability for people to pay for this thing that you're offering, right? With that said, it's important for you to become unique, right? You have to find a way to stick out and stand out amongst the crowd, and therefore you can carve out your own little piece of the business. This is what everyone wants. So with that said, let me go ahead and help you create your own USP. What I'm going to do today is give you 3 simple but very powerful questions to ask. These are questions that you can ask yourself as you are putting this thing together. And by the end, you should be able to have a pretty good idea in terms of crafting your own USP. Let's get right to it. Number 1, who's my ideal customer? Okay, who is my ideal customer? I know that you are probably sick and tired of hearing that, but you have to believe me when I say that this is probably the most important thing you can ever do. Who is this person that you're specifically trying to reach and to sell? And again, when I tell you to dig deep into who this profile is, I recommend you do just that. Give them a name, right? What's their name? What keeps them up at night? What are they thinking about? What are their pain points? What are the problems that they're having? Because when you have this information, essentially now you have ammunition that helps you craft a unique selling proposition that you can cater specifically to them, right? In my opinion, this is why, and again, maybe I'm dating myself here, but for the longest time, there was these late night infomercials. They still exist nowadays, but very few people are up watching TV in that type of sense, public television anyway. But if you think about a lot of the biggest, sales pitches that have been on television, online, what have you, a lot of the times when they're marketing this stuff, what do? They always start off with 3 or 4 or 5 big questions. For instance, hey, do you suffer from fill in the blank? Hey, are you having problems with fill in the blank, right? Why? Because they're trying to grab the attention of the ideal customer, right? Again, what is the person up thinking about at night, right? And that's exactly who you want to go ahead and figure out and what you want to figure out for said person. So start here. Who's your ideal customer? Once you have this, believe me, it makes the rest of the questions all that much more easy for you to go ahead and craft your unique selling proposition. Number 2, what do I do different, right? What do I do different, okay? Now notice that I didn't say necessarily better. I just simply said, what do you do different? And this is one of those things that really is kind of getting overlooked, right? It's kind of an underrated theme, and yet this right here might be the very thing that puts you over the top in terms of someone looking at you and wanting to do business with you versus everybody else who sticks out in your marketplace, right? I would argue that this is the single thing that really crafts itself to your USP. Again, U standing for unique selling proposition. What do you do different? Because different is another word for unique, right? So what is it that you do? Let's go ahead and give you an example in terms of the online space, right? Online marketing, right? Let's say affiliate marketing, again, because that's where my bread and butter is. That's my home. I love doing affiliate marketing. And so if you're an affiliate marketer, one of many marketing a similar product as to several other people within the marketplace, again, if you buy this product through me, what are the things that you will get different? What will be different about your experience? What will be different about this entire adventure when you're purchasing with me and through me versus somebody else? Does that make sense? The same could be true if you're not doing affiliate marketing and you're marketing your own product. Maybe you're a chiropractic office and you're offering chiropractic care to people in your locale, and you know that there's a chiropractic office, 3 blocks down the road. What do you do different, right? And in this case, I would strongly recommend that what you do different should come by way, not only in terms of product, because a lot of products and services are similar, but I would focus on the experience, the same word that I mentioned just a few moments ago. What is it unique to you about this experience? What are you going to enjoy? What are you going to get out of this when you purchase my product versus the product down the street. Believe me, when you come up with the answers to this question, and it might be multiple answers as opposed to just one, you will have unlocked some amazing ammunition and some amazing treasure trove that you can throw into your marketing that will help you craft a unique selling proposition that will become ultra profitable. Number 3, and finally, what do I do better, right? What do I do better? Now, in my last point, I was deliberate to say and point out what do I do different, which is not better. And here I'm actually telling you, yeah, go ahead and focus on the better part, right? The way to stick out like a sore thumb in terms of become more successful than your competition really comes down to doing two things: do more and do better, right? And when you're getting started, or maybe after you've been in business for a while, a lot of the times you don't have the ability to do more simply because you're a one-man band or a smaller show, smaller team type business until you hit massive scale. And that's okay. You can still have a tremendous profitable business even as a smaller team. But in that case, more kind of becomes one of those things that you can't really play in that arena. But you can do things better. You absolutely can. So now is the time to focus on your skill set and focus on the things that are unique to you. What are some things that you do better, right? And again, size doesn't necessarily mean everything in this case. Size allows you to do more, but not necessarily better. Maybe there is something that you do better. And if there is something that really shines that you want to go ahead and push out there, then I would recommend that you make marketing pieces crafted specifically for this. This is where testimonials come into play. Because rather than you telling other people what you do that is better than the other guy, imagine if you had someone else say, listen, I've tried everyone out there, and I got to say there is one person who does it the best, and it's this person, right? That is extremely powerful. So getting social proof and social media and testimonials that work in this fashion could really help you out in this regard. I would just caution you to be careful about what you put out there, because obviously you don't want to just declare you're the best, although that's a good idea, but you got to be able to show it too. Again, that's also why I say that you should focus on things like development and skill set, because you do want to lay claim to this, but you also want those claims to be substantiated. So focus on not just doing more and doing great, but become better, grow better, become better, do better, and eventually you'll be the best. And once you've hit that status, and long before, you should have been able to carve out a nice little chunk of profitability for yourself in your own business. There you have it, my friends. I hope this was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments below which one of these actually sticks out the most to you, right? And have you already crafted your own unique USP? You let me know in the comments below. Now go ahead, you know what to do. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any more hot new content that I got coming down the pipe just for you. This is Jason Lango with Always Enterprise. I will see you next time. Take care.